In the first quarter of this year, because of the coronavirus pandemic, South Korea posted its biggest economic contraction since the 2008 global financial crisis. Consumption was decimated in the first quarter, forcing an untold number of businesses to close. Yoon Jung-min reports.
South Korea's economy has suffered its biggest drop in over 11 years, a hit not seen since the fourth quarter of 2008, when the world economy was reeling from the global financial crisis. The Bank of Korea revealed Thursday that South Korea's preliminary first quarter GDP growth was down 1.4% from the previous quarter. On year, the country's GDP edged up 1.3%, but that's also the lowest growth in around a decade. Private consumption fell 6.4% as goods and services were hammered by the COVID-19 outbreak. Growth for South Korea's wholesale, retail, food, and accommodation sectors fell over 6%, while transportation plunged over 12%.
The contribution of domestic consumption to growth turned sharply negative. Its contribution plunged to minus 2 percentage points from the previous quarter's 1.4 percentage points.
Government spending edged up 0.9%. Construction investment expanded 1.3%, while facilities investment was up 0.2%. South Korea's exports were down 2%, due mainly to lower shipments of automobiles, machinery, and chemical products. However, semiconductor exports were up. Imports dropped over 4%, due mostly to cheaper oil and fewer imported cars coming into the country. South Korea's economic difficulties can be seen in Fitch Ratings' GDP growth projections for this year, which have been lowered from minus 0.2% to the new projection of minus 1.2%.
Even optimists expect this year's growth to be similar to the level seen during the 2008 global financial crisis, while pessimists expect the growth to be as low as during the Asian financial crisis.
On the same day, South Korea's Finance Minister Hong Nam-gi said there is a rising possibility the real economy and job market experience shocks during and after the second quarter due to the worsening global recession. Hong said a recovery in investment and exports since the end of last year somewhat cushioned a sharp decline for South Korea's GDP growth in the first quarter. He added the government will do its utmost to ensure domestic consumption and exports pick up in the second half, despite looming downside risks. The Finance Ministry will focus on boosting South Korea's job numbers in April and May. Then in June, the government will announce its economic policies for the second half of the year. Yoon Jung-min, Arirang News.